Across the vast expanse of the United States, a curious phenomenon is occurring. While some cities bustle with life and opportunity, others stand eerily still, their streets echoing with the ghosts of their past. These are the forgotten corners of America, places where time seems to have stood still. From the sun-baked deserts of the Southwest to the rusting industrial heartlands of the Midwest, we find towns and cities slowly being reclaimed by nature. Crumbling buildings, once teeming with life, now stand as silent sentinels, their windows like vacant eyes staring out at a future that never came. What forces have conspired to empty these places? What stories do their empty streets whisper? Join us now as we embark on a journey to uncover the reasons behind America's abandoned states. We will delve into the complex interplay of economic hardship, environmental challenges, and social shifts that have led to the decline of these once thriving communities. Over the next few episodes, we'll travel from coast to coast, exploring the unique circumstances that have shaped the destinies of these forgotten places. We'll meet the people who remain, clinging to the memories of a bygone era, and those who are fighting to breathe new life into these forgotten corners of America. Iowa, a state synonymous with the rolling fields of corn and the heartland of American agriculture. From the air, it appears as an endless patchwork quilt of green, stitched together by silver ribbons of winding rivers. This is a land where the rhythm of life is dictated by the seasons, where the cycle of planting and harvesting has shaped the landscape and the lives of its people for generations. But beneath this idyllic facade lies a more complex reality. Iowa, like many rural states, is grappling with a shrinking population. Young people in particular are living in droves, seeking greater opportunities and a more vibrant cultural scene beyond the cornfields. The reasons for this exodus are manifold. The economy, heavily reliant on agriculture and manufacturing, has struggled to keep pace with the changing times. Automation and globalization have taken their toll, leaving many feeling left behind. And while Iowa boasts a low cost of living and a strong sense of community, these factors alone are not enough to stem the tide of outward migration. Yet, Iowa remains a land of quiet beauty. Its rolling hills and sprawling farms are testament to the enduring spirit of its people. And while the challenges are real, there are glimmers of hope. Communities are coming together, exploring new avenues for economic growth and finding innovative ways to attract and retain young talent. Wyoming, a land of vast open spaces where towering mountains pierce the clouds and the wind howls across the high plains with an almost mournful cry. This is a state defined by its natural beauty, a place where bison still roam free and the night sky blazes with a million stars. But this rugged beauty comes at a price. Wyoming is the least populated state in the US, its sparse population scattered across a landscape that can be as unforgiving as it is breathtaking. Winters here are long and harsh, with temperatures plummeting to bone-chilling lows and blizzards that can bring life to a standstill. And yet, despite the challenges, people have carved out a living in this unforgiving environment for centuries. Ranchers, miners, and those who simply crave solitude and wide open spaces have all found a home amidst Wyoming's rugged peaks and windswept plains. But today, even the hardiest souls are feeling the strain. The economy, largely dependent on extractive industries like coal, oil, and natural gas, is facing an uncertain future. As the world transitions to cleaner sources of energy, Wyoming is grappling with the need to diversify its economy and create new opportunities for its residents. From the vast open plains of Africa, we journey now to the equally vast but far less hospitable plains of North Dakota. Here, the American bison, once a dominant force, have been replaced by their domesticated cousins, cattle, and just like the herds that roamed these lands centuries ago, the people of North Dakota have adapted to survive in an environment of extremes. Winters in North Dakota are not for the faint of heart. Temperatures can plummet to 60 degrees below zero, a chill so profound it can freeze a human tear before it falls. Blizzards rage across the landscape, burying homes and farms under mountains of snow, bringing life to a standstill for days on end. Yet life persists. The people here are a hardy lot, accustomed to battling the elements. Their resilience is evident in the way they go about their daily lives, unfazed by the challenges that Mother Nature throws their way. But even for the most seasoned North Dakotan, the question remains, is the trade-off for peace and quiet worth the price of enduring such harsh conditions? Beyond the weather, North Dakota presents another hurdle for its inhabitants: isolation. With a population density rivaling some of the world's most remote deserts, human interaction can be a rare commodity in these parts. The state's largest city, Fargo, boasts a population smaller than many suburban neighborhoods in more densely populated states. From the frozen plains of North Dakota, we travel south to its sibling state, South Dakota. While both states share a border and a certain rugged beauty, South Dakota offers a slightly more varied landscape. Towering above the prairie grasslands are the Black Hills, a place of legend and lore, and home to one of America's most iconic landmarks, Mount Rushmore. But beyond the shadow of these granite presidents, South Dakota faces many of the same challenges as its northern neighbor. The weather, for one, is just as unforgiving. Winters bring blizzards that can bring the state to a standstill, while summers bake the land under a scorching sun. And if the snow and heat weren't enough, South Dakota also finds itself in the crosshairs of Tornado Alley. These swirling vortexes of wind are a regular occurrence during the spring and fall, tearing across the landscape with unpredictable fury. Living in South Dakota means living with the knowledge that nature can unleash its full force at any given moment. Yet, like the prairie grasses that bend but don't break under the weight of the wind, the people of South Dakota have learned to adapt and endure. They are a resilient bunch, accustomed to facing the challenges of their environment head on. Continuing our journey across America's sparsely populated heartland, we arrive in Montana, a state so vast it could swallow entire countries whole. Here, the Rocky Mountains reach skyward, their snow-capped peaks piercing the clouds, a testament to the raw, untamed beauty of the American West. Montana is a land of superlatives, the largest contiguous land managed by the U.S. Forest Service, the shortest river in the world, and a sky so vast it feels as though you could reach out and touch the stars. But this grandeur comes at a price: isolation on a scale few can truly comprehend. Imagine driving for hours, the only signs of civilization, the occasional ranch house or weathered road sign. Your cell phone signal fades, leaving you disconnected from the outside world. This is the reality for many who call Montana home, a reality where self-sufficiency is not just a virtue, but a necessity. And then there's the weather. Montana experiences the full spectrum of nature's fury, from bone-chilling winters where temperatures plummet to unimaginable lows, to scorching summers where wildfires rage across the landscape, turning the air acrid with smoke. This is not a place for the faint of heart. Deep in the heart of Appalachia lies West Virginia, a state etched with the scars of its industrial past. Once a bustling hub for coal mining, its landscape bears witness to a bygone era. Towering structures, now silent and shrouded in rust, stand as stark reminders of the industry that once fueled its economy. But the lifeblood of coal has long since dwindled, leaving behind a trail of economic hardship. The once thriving communities that sprung up around these mines now face an uncertain future. Generations tied to the mines have found themselves grappling with dwindling opportunities. The decline of coal has left an indelible mark on West Virginia's landscape and its people. The echoes of a booming past now whisper through the hollows, a poignant reminder of the challenges faced by a state striving to redefine itself. Nebraska, a state often overlooked, stretches out before us, an endless expanse of green and gold. A sea of cornfields ripples in the wind, a testament to the agricultural heartland of America. Here, life unfolds at a different pace, governed by the rhythms of the seasons. Yet, beneath this tranquil facade, Nebraska faces its own set of challenges. Its landscape, while undeniably beautiful, lacks the dramatic features that draw crowds. Mountains and coastlines are distant dreams, replaced by a seemingly endless horizon. This lack of geographical diversity is mirrored in its economic landscape. Agriculture reigns supreme, but the rewards can be unpredictable, subject to the whims of weather and global markets. Opportunities outside of farming are often limited, particularly for younger generations seeking diverse career paths. The result is a steady exodus of young minds, drawn away to brighter lights and the promise of greater opportunity. Nebraska's small towns, once vibrant hubs of community life, are left grappling with dwindling populations and an uncertain future. Mississippi, a state steeped in history and culture, carries the weight of its past. The echoes of slavery and segregation still resonate, casting a long shadow over the present. Generations have struggled to overcome the legacy of inequality, and the fight for true equality continues. Economic hardship casts a pall over many parts of the state. Wages remain stubbornly low, and opportunities for advancement are scarce. Industries that once provided livelihoods have dwindled, leaving many trapped in a cycle of poverty. Education, the key to breaking this cycle, faces an uphill battle. Schools struggle with limited resources, and teachers are often underpaid and overworked. The result is a system that often fails to provide its students with the tools they need to succeed. And then there's the healthcare crisis. Access to quality healthcare is a luxury many cannot afford. Hospitals are often few and far between, particularly in rural areas, leaving many vulnerable and without adequate care. Nevada, a land synonymous with bright lights, high-stakes gambling, and the allure of instant fortune. Las Vegas, a shimmering oasis in the desert, draws millions seeking entertainment and escape. But beyond the neon glow of the Strip lies a different Nevada. Venture beyond the city limits, and the landscape transforms. Gone are the crowds and the cacophony, replaced by the stark beauty of the Mojave Desert. This is a land of extremes, where scorching sun beats down on vast, arid expanses. Water, the lifeblood of any environment, is a precious commodity here. The Colorado River, a lifeline snaking through the arid landscape, provides much-needed sustenance. Yet, the demand placed upon this vital resource far exceeds its supply, leading to ongoing concerns about water shortages. As darkness falls, the desert reveals a different kind of magic. A blanket of stars, unobscured by city lights, twinkles above. The silence, broken only by the whisper of windswept sand, is a stark contrast to the relentless energy of the city. Kansas. The very name conjures up images of endless plains, amber waves of grain, and a sky that stretches to the horizon. It is the heartland of America, a place where time seems to move a little slower and life is lived closer to the rhythm of the seasons. But beneath this idyllic facade, a different story is unfolding. Kansas, like many rural states, is grappling with a steady exodus of its population. The younger generation, seeking greater opportunities and a more diverse social landscape, is increasingly drawn away from the familiar rhythms of small town life. The economy of Kansas, heavily reliant on agriculture, faces an uncertain future. The life of a farmer, always challenging, has become even more so in recent years. Fluctuating commodity prices, unpredictable weather patterns, and the rising costs of production make it increasingly difficult to maintain a livelihood. As farms consolidate and rural communities shrink, the social fabric that has long held these small towns together begins to fray. Schools struggle with declining enrollment, businesses shutter their doors, and the sense of community that once defined rural life slowly erodes. From the arid deserts of Nevada to the windswept plains of Kansas, we have journeyed through some of America's most overlooked landscapes. We've witnessed the challenges faced by those who call these places home, the resilience of communities grappling with change, and the enduring beauty of the natural world. These 10 states, often relegated to the flyover zones, on maps and in our minds, hold hidden stories and forgotten dreams. They remind us that progress and prosperity are not evenly distributed, and that even in a nation as vast and wealthy as the United States, there are pockets of hardship and neglect. Would you ever consider venturing off the beaten path, leaving behind the familiar comforts of urban life to explore these forgotten corners? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more explorations of the world's most fascinating places. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.